Welcome back to the channel. Liverpool. Liverpool. I just can't remember the last time I felt genuine happiness watching us play, talking about us before playing, or even talking about us after watching a game. If you check the channel, once you check the channel, you will notice that I could not even put up a video after the embarrassing performance we saw from PSG. And honestly, a lot of us knew going into this game. I did not have any high expectations from the game. I expected us to be battered, but the performance, that's the thing that I just can't get used to. Playing very poorly, but most importantly, even before the game kicked off, 1 hour before the game, when all of us saw the lineup and we saw five at the back, I'm very sure that the reaction I had is very similar to the reaction any other person watches and follows Liverpool would have. Five at the back. I'm not even going to talk about it. In fact, this video is not going to be about what happened then. Instead, we are going to focus on what is ahead. And what is ahead is going to be the game against Fulham, which comes just 24 hours from now. But before I jump into that, let's use a moment to recognize the brilliance of Andy Robertson. Yes, Robo, we just got a video, some sort of announcement from the official page that this is going to be the last season of Andy Robertson. So we've gotten the confirmation. I knew that before this moment, we are hearing a couple of things about him saying that, okay, I want to move on. Even back in January, during the January transfer window, we were seeing a lot of links connecting him to Tottenham Hotspur, that they are interested in picking him up. And back then, it surely didn't make sense. Of course, he wasn't getting sufficient game time. He also came out to say that he understands that at his age, he may not be starting as much games as he used to be, that he understands. But at that point, a couple of months ago, we had serious defensive issues. Not that the issues are still not there. The issues are still there to this moment. But we've gotten the confirmation that he's moving on. So this is going to be his last season. And with this confirmation, that basically means that out of all the players Jurgen Klopp worked with during his years in Liverpool, only 4 are remaining. Yes, we know that Salah is leaving at the end of the season. Now it has also been confirmed that Robo is leaving at the end of the season. That basically leaves us with Van Dijk, Alisson, Gomez, and Curtis Jones. In fact, I'm not even sure we can count on Curtis Jones because, similar to Robertson, we've been hearing similar things about Curtis Jones, that he could be moving on by the end of the season. But I believe that so much of that decision also depends on the managerial decision that Liverpool would make. So if we are coming into next season and a slot happens to still be on the job, then I think there is a very high chance that Jones will be moving on. So that's it. Like I said, we are just using this little moment to say thank you, Robo, for everything you've done for the club. Yes, he's one of those people that we basically bought for nothing. Go and check the amount we spent to get him on board. We basically spent nothing. He came on and he became a superstar for us. He became a club legend. He became one of the best left back we've seen in the Premier League history. So that is how highly I rate Robertson. And if he is deciding that I'm closing my Liverpool chapter at the end of the season, I believe he deserves all the respect, a fancy farewell, and all the good things that should be given to a legend on their exit. Now, it is just painful that, just like Mo Salah, Robo could, in fact, not just could, has a very high chance of ending their last season trophyless. I mean, we already saw what happened with our very last chance of winning a trophy. Not that anyone even rated it very highly, but That game against PSG, it was always a slight chance of us moving on to win the Champions League, but we saw what happened in the first leg. A part of me still wants to believe that this Liverpool team, this Liverpool squad, in a home game under the lights at Anfield, would find a way to turn to turn the result around, to turn things around. I mean, we are moving into the next leg with 2 goals disadvantage, which isn't good. It isn't good, but based on the type of performance we saw from the boys in that first leg, you just have to say that we are lucky to be finishing that game like that. But see, everything about the Champions League comes later. Now, all the attention shifts to our home game against Fulham. Now, at this point in the season, this is still a game that we can't afford to mess up. It is still a game that we have to take very seriously. It is a priority game. Why? Because our chances of qualifying for Champions League next season highly depends on a game like this. How many games do we have left? About maybe 7 games remaining in the season. And a game against Fulham, considering how we performed in the first leg against them, you remember this whole 5 at the back gimmick. I'm all about trying something new. But if you are going with a formation like 5 at the back, we've seen it, we've done it. That should be the very end of it. I just saw it once for Liverpool and it was very embarrassing. It was a very poor display from the boys. That formation was just too poor. It did not allow us to make any attacking efforts in the game. So in this game this weekend against Fulham, I know that Fulham boys, they will be looking forward to this. It is also a game that they would surely step into with the intention to punish Liverpool. But Liverpool, considering what is ahead, this is a game we surely need to win because it does 2 things for us. Winning this comfortably, first of all, increases our chances of qualifying for Champions League next season. And secondly, it serves as a morale boost for everybody, the players, the manager, and even the fans going into the next game we have against PSG. So there is really no point saying too much about this. Honestly, there is no point saying too much or so much about this. We'll just wrap it up here and we'll see what will happen in the game. Hopefully, it would be a game that Liverpool would win convincingly. Hopefully, that will be the case. But I'm not going to have high expectations going into this game. For you, what do you think? What are your expectations? Also, what is your score prediction for this? See you on the next one.